Hey, welcome back guys. Okay, so the final feature we have to deal with is this part where we remove people from a group or edit their access. So instead of creating a new page where we do all that, we can still do it here. Now remember that just because we have clean URLs here, it doesn't mean we cannot use get variables. So we can still add a question mark at the end and actually add get variables as we please. So that's what we're going to do in order to be able to use this same exact page to do different kind of things. Okay, so let's start with removing of a member. So remember that only the admin has access to this, so you have to be logged in as admin of this group in order to see these buttons. If we go to our table, the group members table, we have a convenient disabled column. That way we just need to turn this to 1 and then that user is no longer a member. This is better than deleting the record altogether, because every time you delete a record you disturb the index here. So instead of having to disturb the index, we just mark this as disabled, just in case in future you want to add them back. You can simply check if a record exists and just enable it. That way you don't disturb your index, especially if a lot of members will be removed and added over a long period of time. Okay, so let's get back here and see what links we can add to get this done. So what we will do is add exactly the same link that is in the URL, except we'll add a few get variables there to signal that we are about to remove a user. So let me go to this same file here. Let's see what we are looking for. So I'm looking for the include file, the group member include, user group member include. This is the one that has the remove and edit access. So let's deal with the remove first. So this one is group, that's a link, and then the group ID and then members. So we have to keep that on. So I'm just going to say here group, and then there's a group ID. Okay, and then here we're going to add members slash, that's right, members, and then at the very end of members here we're going to put a question mark. So I don't need to put the last slash there, I just need a question mark, and then I can say maybe remove is equal to, like that. So say remove is equal to, and then that's the ID of the person that I want to remove, and then I can remove that at the end. I don't need it anymore. So if I now refresh and click, so let me try and remove Mary here. I'll click remove, and as you can see it has brought me back to the same page, but this time in the URL I have a remove is equal to and then the ID of Mary there. Okay, so we can now tell it that if it sees remove there in the get variable, it should show something else, but only if the user is an admin. So that is very important. This is why that also we can use that to check for such a thing. So this whole thing we can wait a minute. Okay, so we shouldn't be doing it in the include because this is just a single file. So we have to do this in the profile content members. Where is that? Not profile, but group content members. There we go. Okay, so user group member include. There we go. So now at this point we have to put an if statement. There's this one, if you don't have access to this you don't have access to this content, so we should put it inside wait a minute, get members. So we don't need to get all these members here. We don't need maybe we need the user class, and this group has no members. Okay, so all this can be in a separate if statement. So let's put an if statement right here. So I'm going to say if is set, let's use the get variable here in our case. If is set get remove, like that. Okay. And let's say I need to confirm that I'm an admin here, so I'll paste that, which I had copied, and remove what I don't need, especially the if statement and PHP tags, like so. So if I am an admin here and this is set, then we're good to go. So I will do this right here, and then I will do an else statement right there, which will run this regular part here. So let me tab that in, like so. Okay, so let's see that in action. Refresh, and I see an empty page. So things are going well. Only thing I need now is user.php to be loaded just the way I am loading here. So what I will do now is get this part right there and put it in here. Okay, now this one will just be user.php, just so we can see the user that is being talked about. That's all we need that for. Okay, so get user. Now the user, obviously the user ID is in here in get remove. So what I will say is, I will say something like maybe I don't need that, get user, and that's the one right there, remove. Okay, so friend row, get user, then get that one. So just like that, we'll have our user now. So that's the user we're looking at. So if I go back for a second and click remove on this one, you see that now we have the correct user there, and so on. I can also remove myself if I need to. So let's go back to Mary, remove, and there we go. And then we can ask the question. So here I'm going to echo this and say, are you sure you want to remove this user from the group? Like that. And then let's add some break tags there just to leave some space. Okay, maybe a few more break tags. Alright, so are you sure you want to remove this user from the group? So obviously we'll need two buttons here, yes or no, yeah or nay, depending on the language, of course. So here I will do an echo and a few break tags in preparation for the buttons, like so. And then I want to get a few buttons. So instead of me recreating the wheel from scratch, I will what will I do? I will copy these right here. There's remove, and I will use the other one as cancel. So copy these guys, come back to group content members, and I will paste right here. Now since there's double quotes here, I'm going to use single quotes on the outside, like so, just so we can match things. And then in here I will remove these single quotes because I don't need them, considering we have double quotes outside. So it's gonna go like that. I don't even know if I need these variables anymore, but value is remove and the other one should be cancel, like so. Okay, so let's see what's going on there. Okay, so remove and cancel, that is good. Now we need to make these guys float the correct way. Okay, yeah, so the cancel should probably go to the left and the other one to the right. So I am going to float this one, float, left, like so. So let's see that. Okay, so cancel, remove. And maybe we can, if I inspect the element here, I can make it more reddish because it's more dangerous now. You're about to remove somebody from the group. So where is the background color? I will replace with this one here. Okay, so there we go. This is good. This is good. So the only thing now is to do the did. So so we have that one, and then we have this one. Okay, good. So now what we want to do is replicate the same link that we had created over here. So I will copy this from user group member include, bring it back here and paste it there. So everything is the same. The only difference is now instead of remove, we are going to put remove underscore confirmed, like that. So just to tell us that the removal has been confirmed this time. And then if I cancel this, let me paste here the link also, and go back. So once I cancel, I just remove everything after members here, and that should do it. Actually, I don't need these PHP tags anymore, so what I will do is remove them, put a single quote, a dot, and then another dot and single quote, like that, so to move in and out of this. And then all this will not work as well because of the single quotes outside, so we have to fix that as well. So I will remove all this, or instead I'll put a single quote, a dot, put this in single quotes as well, a dot, single quote, and what else here as well, single quote, dot, and single quotes in there. What else, and then at the very end a dot and a single quote. Okay, that looks good. Now I can copy this instead of having to repeat myself, because this was a pain to do. And then all I do is delete everything after members there. So I will do that. Is that correct? I think so. Okay, so let's test the cancel button here. So refresh. Uh-oh, that was the wrong color change. Yeah, wait a minute, copy that background color. It looks the same though, so why am I having this issue here? Okay, that's good. Then I can go back to this one and copy the color for this one here. Where are we? Cancel and paste. Okay, that way remove is red, cancel is green. So if I click on cancel now, we're supposed to go back here. So this is working very well. So if I click remove, are you sure I want to remove John? Cancel. Are you sure I want to remove this one? Hey, cancel. So very good. Now in the next video, we'll see how clicking on the button should remove the user. I'll see you then.